to the Loafers Lodge progress update for today. By way of an update, police have this morning begun a scene examination at Loafers Lodge. A reconnaissance team conducted the initial reconnaissance yesterday, and were able to help us prepare a plan for the detailed methodical examination of the Loafers Lodge. As mentioned yesterday, but confirmed by the team, the damage on the third floor is significant. The debris is piled high, and there is much for them to move and search underneath. The scene itself will involve the use of disaster victim identification teams, police, fire investigators, police investigators, supported by engineers from USAR and FENS. This afternoon I expect that we will commence recovering some bodies from the Loafers Lodge, and I expect that it's likely to be 2 bodies that we will be able to remove today. Behind the scenes, our family liaison officer teams are working hard, and we respect the work that they have to do with the families involved. Our scene examination is still expected to take several days and is likely to go into the weekend. That will cause disruption, and the disruption will be to Adelaide Road between the Basin Reserve and Hospital Road. However, that's open to residents and businesses within the cordon only at this stage. The road remains closed to everyone but emergency services between Hospital Road and John Street. We are working with urgency to enable at least one lane of Adelaide Road to be opened to ease the traffic disruption that the full closure has caused. We'd like to extend our thanks for the cooperation of local businesses and residents affected by the road closures, and we understand the impact that is having on your business. Our intent is to work as quickly as we can to help you return to business as usual. We continue to work with our partner agencies to support those residents who were evacuated from Loafers Lodge following the fire. We have had inquiries from residents asking about when their property may be returned. Until the scene examination is completed, it will not be possible to retrieve any property from the building. And also worth considering is the property inside the building is damaged by fire and, more importantly, asbestos. There will need to be some decisions made about whether it's safe to return that property. We will work with Wellington City Council to ensure that the residents affected are kept up to date with this information. Any residents with concerns or questions are asked to contact the property manager, Wellington City Council Welfare Team, via the Wellington City Council Contact Centre on the following phone number: 04 499 4444. This is an incredibly difficult time for all those impacted by this tragedy, particularly those who are still waiting for news of their loved ones. I can assure you we are doing everything we can to recover and identify the deceased and loved ones from the Loafers Lodge as quickly as we can. Thank you.
A very brief amount of time for questions, because Dion has other places in the city, as I know you all do. So.
Dion, do you have a more concrete number now in terms of people who are missing and how many bodies you've identified so far?
In terms of deceased, our final confirmation will still not be known until we have done the detailed examination. And as you've just heard me say, there is debris piled high on the third floor. We are working at recovering 2 bodies today, 2 tomorrow, and then we will reassess and reevaluate the plan that's required for the remainder of the building.
So that's
4 bodies in total, 2 today, 2 tomorrow.
That's the current plan to work with that, yes.
But how many remain unaccounted for though?
So yesterday I mentioned that we had 92 unaccounted for. The success of our appeal for information via 10.1 has also provided additional names for us to either link or not. So the number remains at 92 accounted for, plus some additional information for our inquiry teams to work through.
So are you essentially saying that people won't be able to get any of their property back from the building itself?
Yeah, I'm saying that there's risks associated with them trying to retrieve their property, particularly because there is asbestos in the building and it would have been disrupted and disturbed by the fire and the subsequent dousing of the fire.
Do you have any update on how you can say it was arson? Do you know if there was lighters, matches in any relation to the initial couch fire?
No, I'm afraid I can't comment on that.
Just back to today, you said there was less than 20 still missing. Is that number still accurate?
Well, as I said just before, that we've now had further information come through our appeal for us to work through. So it's accurate in terms of the additional information that's come from the 10.5 line requires us to work through that now and account for those names.
Has information from security footage in the building helped at all?
I'm not prepared to comment on that.
I know
That's part of our investigation.
I know you kind of touched on this before, but what will the process be once the bodies are out of the building?
So from removal from where they lie in situ now, we will be conducting our Te Atiawa on our behalf and in partnership. We'll conduct a karakia before the first deceased is removed. They'll travel then to the mortuary where there is a specific process for disaster victim identification, and that's probably for the pathologist to talk about what that process looks like.
There's probably not a lot more we can add. I will be putting out a media statement, so you'll have this in written form. So thank you for coming along today. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.